welcome to this week's episode of Tuesdays with Ted. So let's get right into it. Dear Ted Wilson, I'm still waiting to hear from you. Haven't heard a word from you, but let's continue our discussion. This week, I want to talk about what it actually means to be LGBTQIA plus or to be queer. Whenever you preach a sermon or issue a statement or whatever, talk about LGBT issues, you say something that immediately turns off all queer Adventists who are listening. And that is, you talk about popular culture or the fad of the day kind of thing, or that it's a choice. And as soon as we hear that, we immediately know that you have no clue as to what you're talking about. Um, and so, yeah, so we discount what you say. This goes for not only you, but for Mark Finley, for Danny Shelton, anyone at 3ABN, any of the Coming Out Ministries guys. Um, yeah, just almost any preacher that talks about queer topics and says that it's a choice that we made um, is totally discounted. So, hint to the wise, if you want to get our attention, you need to come from a different approach because that one is not working. Um, if you know anything about sexual orientation, you know it's not something that you wake up one morning and say, hey, today I'm going to be straight or today I'm going to be gay. Um, yeah, I mean, when did you wake up and say, hey, I'm going to be attracted to women from this point forward? I doubt that that was a point. There was no point when I uh, woke up, became aware of my surroundings, and said, hey, I think I'm going to be gay. I'm going to live a life that the church hates me, that society persecutes me, hates me, whatever. And this is the life that I am going to choose for myself. If it was a choice, whenever you preach a sermon on the abominations of homosexuality uh, falsely, uh, we would, uh, yeah, be able to change. Make the choice that says, today I am going to turn the switch and go from homosexual to heterosexual and be happy for the rest of my days. I'm going to be attracted to women. I'm going to have that special connection with the opposite gender rather than the same gender. That doesn't happen. That's not possible. You couldn't flip the switch and be homosexual, is my guess. And most people who are heterosexual couldn't do that. So that's not something that a homosexual person can do either in the other way around to become heterosexual. Um, yeah, if it were that easy, none of us, there would be very few homosexuals in this world. Um, you know, you supported, you and the Adventist leaders in Uganda supported the Kill the Gays bill in Uganda. If it was that easy to switch orientations, I think all of the homosexuals in Uganda, the Adventist in particular, would have said, okay, from now on, I choose to be straight. Doesn't work that way. Um, so uh, I would suggest that either you do some reading up, you talk with some people who uh, are homosexual, who are well-adjusted, happy homosexuals, not self-loathing addiction homosexuals, and talk to them and listen to their stories. They're going to tell you that they realized that they were gay at an early age or at some point in their life when everything clicked and it just became aware to them. Um, yeah, yeah. Uh, you're being, if you're talking to homosexuals, you're being advised very poorly. You see, homosexuality does not equal addictions and self-loathing and prostitution and multiple sex partners in one day, et cetera, et cetera. That's not what homosexuality is about. And it feels like you equate your understanding of homosexuality to this type of thing. Yes, people do find other outlets for community because they can't find this community in church. You can't be gay and find other gay people and be a healthy part of the Adventist church if you're gay, because there is no place for you. You're constantly being told that it's an abomination and it's wrong. And we can talk about the Bible text later. There's not one single Bible text in the Bible that condemns a homosexual orientation as we know it today. Now, the behavior that you do with that is your choice. So if you're gay and you decide that you want to become an alcoholic or use drugs or have numerous sex partners, unsafe sex, et cetera, that's a choice that you make. But the actual orientation, who you're attracted to, is not a choice and not something you can fake, or at least not successfully. Many people have tried getting into a mixed orientation marriage and ended up hurting the other partner and doing more harm than good. So the thought for today, what I would like to discuss with you is homosexuality a choice? Definitely not. Do you want to reach the homosexuals with a message in your church? Then you need to change your rhetoric. When you talk about it being a choice, all you're reaching are the heterosexuals who have no clue what it means, have no loved ones who are homosexual, and say, yes, amen, preach it, brother, not knowing what they're talking about. And they're speaking just as ignorantly as what comes out of your mouth when you say that being gay is a choice or a fad or just a popular cultural thing. So think before you speak, and I look forward to hearing from you. info@sdakinship.org. And please drop me a line. Let's talk. And let's build bridges between the queer community, between SDA Kinship and the Adventist Church. Thanks for listening, and join me next week for another Tuesdays with Ted.
Is there anybody